a little bit tired, you know. I want to home.
You're going to rest now. There's already a tweet gone out from you saying, maybe I fight Moses Itauma as well. Is that true?
I don't know. Listen, I don't know, because now I want to think what next.
Right? That would, you know, garner him, you know, and get him the experience he needs to compete with a Usyk, right? But right now, it's just not the time. I just think it's just too early, okay?
It's just looking at fights to kind of get me into that later round, because I feel like with Usyk, I feel like I've got a better skill set than him, but I feel like towards the later rounds, he'll just outdo me.
Oleksandr Usyk recently shared his thoughts on Moses Itauma's bold call-out following his knockout victory. While Usyk acknowledged the young heavyweight's talent, he emphasized his desire to take a break before making any decisions about his next opponent. He noted that...
Now he's speaking with Joseph Parker.
This time I want to rest.
You want to rest?
Yeah, I want to rest.
Holiday. Congratulations, champ. You were absolutely incredible tonight. Did you enjoy that performance?
Yeah, I'm very happy. Listen, I'm very happy. I train hard. 3.5 months. I not look my family, my children. Now I'm a little bit tired, you know. I want to home.
You're going to rest now. There's already a tweet gone out from you saying, maybe I fight Moses Itauma as well. Is that true?
I don't know. Listen, I don't know, because now I want to think what next. What next? Who my next opponent? Because now I have time and think about my career and the next fight.
You're loved in Ukraine, but I really do think you are loved by us here as well, and it showed tonight.
Thank you so much. I love UK people, because it's a special fans, you know.
And you know, the final thing, people are now going to start talking about you as one of the greatest of all time. Does that mean something to you, to be one of the very greatest fighters and heavyweights of all time?
Thank you so much, bro.
Cheers.
Carefully consider whether to face Itauma or choose a different challenger. The reaction to Itauma's win drew strong opinions. Anthony Prettyboy Taylor tweeted, "Whyte took a dive. Usyk can't convince me that kid can beat Usyk." His remarks sparked heated debate among fans, with many questioning whether Itauma's victory over Dillian Whyte was truly dominant or simply circumstantial. Taylor's comment highlighted the widespread doubt about Itauma's readiness to compete. With elite champions like Usyk, boxing has always thrived on clashes between generations, and promoter Turki Alalshik is already eyeing a potential showdown between Usyk and Itauma, describing it as the ultimate test between an old lion and a young lion. Usyk represents years of experience,
is demanding the Moses Itauma versus Oleksandr Usyk fight. That's the fight that he would like to make happen, as you guys just read in the caption. And let me counterpunch. I mean, that sounds good. You know, I think that Turkey is looking for someone to beat Usyk. And Moses' name is just the next name up, especially in his own personal interest. It's not Joseph Parker. I don't know what's the deal with Parker. I don't know why he doesn't like Parker. I mean, Parker, to me, is more like a Jon Snow, because, I mean, he gets in battles and he gets scrapes and bleeds and abrasions and battle scars, but he ends up victorious at the end of the day, right? So that's what Joseph Parker reminds me of. But I think that it should be in order. It should be in order to fight. I don't think that a guy with 13 fights is or should be awarded that type of fight. Now, if the fight happened, it would be pretty good. Southpaw versus Southpaw, old lion versus, young lion. And I know Moses would jump on the opportunity of getting it, and he may get it. Depends on how bad does Turkey want it. Because if Turkey really wants this fight, if he really, really wanted that fight, he's going to offer enough money for Usyk to go in there. Because I think it's about Usyk, not Moses. You know what I mean? And also, something else you have to factor in is it's not all about what Turkey wants. It's also, and it should be, about what the sanctioning
skill and championship pedigree, while Itauma symbolizes youthful hunger, power, and ambition. This storyline excites fans because it asks the timeless question, can youthful energy overcome seasoned mastery? Still, the debate rages on. Usyk is widely regarded as one of the most complete fighters of his era, renowned for his movement, sharp combinations, and ability to adapt to any opponent. At just 20 years old, Itauma believes his speed, power, and composure can surpass even...
If you want my honest opinion, I
I
think
do.
if my skill set, if you're talking about my ring IQ and what I display in the ring, I feel like I am the best in the world, but I haven't displayed the later rounds. That's all what I kind of want to get ticked off. So my next opponent or opponents this year, we're just looking at fights to kind of get me into that later round, because I feel like with Usyk, I feel like I've got a better skill set than him, but I feel like towards the later rounds, he'll just outdo me, because I've never been in that sort.
A champion of Usyk's caliber. Some see his confidence as reckless, while others praise it as the fearlessness of a new generation eager to test themselves against legends. Many boxing analysts, however, urge caution. They argue that Usyk's resume speaks for itself. He has defeated some of the best heavyweights in the world and possesses unmatched ring intelligence.
Can fight and beat the likes of Oleksandr Usyk, which everybody, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, is stating that he would love to make a fight with Usyk and Moses Itauma. That's the fight to be made. Me personally, I think it's too early in his career. At 20 years old, Usyk knows all the tricks of the trade. Usyk is very athletic. Okay, he's a southpaw. He's slick. He knows how to buy time. He knows how to control distance and range. He has an extremely high ring IQ. I think that that's a step too far for Moses Itauma right now, right? But this is what Turkey want to see, and obviously Moses has a puncher's chance. Okay, he has a puncher's chance to land a big punch on Oleksandr Usyk, he's bigger than him. Usyk is 6'3" with a 78-inch arm reach. So Moses is bigger than him, right? And he obviously...
In contrast, is still at the very start of his professional career. His most notable victory came against Dillian Whyte, an inactive fighter no longer in his prime. While the performance was impressive, analysts stress that one win over a declining veteran does not justify leaping straight into the ring with a generational talent like Usyk. Instead, they suggest that Itauma should first test himself against active contenders closer to his level, such as Joseph Parker.
Oleksandr Usyk, he's bigger than him. Usyk is 6'3" with a 78-inch arm reach. So Moses is bigger than him, right? And he obviously has a puncher's chance. But what that said, I just think that, that's a step too far. There's other names that I could see Moses Itauma fight. Fight the likes of Joseph Parker, right? Big Zhang, okay? There's names out there that he can fight, right? That would, garner him, and get him the experience he needs to compete with a Usyk, right? But right now is just not the time. I just think it's just too early, okay? I think that, we need to allow this young man to grow, right? And then, we talk about Usyk. The problem is Usyk is 39.
According to Ben Davison, the intrigue of a potential Usyk-Itauma clash lies in the fact that the two have never shared the ring. While Usyk's experience and accomplishments are undeniable, Davison points out that he has yet to face a young, heavyweight with Moses Itauma's unique blend of speed, power, and fearlessness. In his view, such a matchup would not only...
You would have seen that Ring Magazine have put out a tweet tonight or an Instagram post saying that they've been informed that Turkey wants to see Usyk and Moses next. What do you think about that?
Let's see. You know, he's just had a big fight. I think, you know...
Is he ready for that, in your opinion? Just your opinion. Is he ready for...
I think it's one of them fights where it's a win-win. The experience he'd gained from it, the opportunity to really, you know, if Usyk was to box Dillian Whyte, people wouldn't say it would be a one-round job before tonight had happened. And I think, yeah, what he'd learned from it, the opportunity. And as much as Moses hasn't been in there with somebody like Usyk hasn't been in there.
Test Moses's mettle, but could also force Usyk into unfamiliar territory. Every great fighter eventually encounters a new challenge, and Davison believes Moses could be the unexpected test that unsettles the champion. On the other hand, Derek Chisora has been blunt in his assessment, strongly advising Moses to avoid chasing a fight with Usyk at this stage. Chisora argues that Moses is still too young and inexperienced, and that pursuing aging or inactive legends is not the right way to build a lasting career. Having shared the ring with many top heavyweights himself, Chisora understands the dangers of rushing into major fights without the necessary...
Go out after the fights. Let's say Dillian does get the win. Who do you want to see him with next?
Don't know. If Dillian wins it, I'll be taking out.
And what about Moses? What next to him? Is it Oleksandr Usyk?
Huh?
If Moses gets the win, what next? Is it Oleksandr Usyk or is that too soon?
To leave Usyk alone. Usyk's a beast, man. Different beast. Different beast.
Derek, what next for you? When are we going to see you next in the ring?
Right now, I'm going to go...
Preparation. Instead, he suggests that Moses should focus on carving out his own path by taking on active contenders closer to his current stage of development. While fighting big names may attract attention, Chisora insists it does not always provide the experience needed for long-term success. Joseph Parker has offered a more balanced perspective. He acknowledges that a fight between Usyk and Itauma is possible, but emphasizes that everything depends on Usyk's timeline and decision-making. As one of the sport's reigning champions and a proven veteran, Usyk has earned the right to decide when...
I am with Joseph Parker. Yeah, what did you make of that, Joseph?
Explosive. Explosive and quick. Faster than a lot of people thought. We thought it was going to be 3-4 rounds, and if it gets past that, it'll be a bit harder fight. But, you know, one round, every fighter wants to come out and be explosive and knock out their opponent and go home and chill.
It's silly of me to say, do you want Moses next? Because really, you want Oleksandr Usyk, don't you?
Yeah, I want Usyk next. I know Usyk's deserves his time to relax and chill with his family. When he's ready, I'd love to open up negotiations and see if we can make that fight happen.
Does that extension clause with the sanctioning body give you more hope that it may well happen?
You just don't know. You just don't know what's going to happen. There's an extension to buy more time to an injury, and hopefully, you know, when he does decide to come back, then we can negotiate, and if we can make it happen, it'll be awesome.
Listen, we love you, and you're all about you, and we want you to be a world champion again, and I think you will be. But just say a final word on what we've witnessed tonight in a 20-year-old who may be the coming force eventually.
Listen, he did a tremendous job. I'm just watching it now. I don't really see it properly, but he...
Against whom he fights next. Parker notes that if Usyk is willing to face Moses, negotiations will naturally follow, but stops short of outright endorsing the matchup, stressing that timing and circumstances must be carefully weighed by both camps. Promoter Frank...
The WBO about a month ago put out that Joe Parker, who's their interim champion, has to challenge against Usyk, and Usyk has to defend against him. He's put a letter into yesterday stating, so I found out today, stating that he's asked him for an extension period because he's injured before being ordered to do anything. But whatever happens, the fact of life is that Joe Parker will either fight as champion if Usyk vacates the title, or he will fight Usyk for the title. So it's exciting times. If Moses were to win, or even if Dillian wins, whoever wins that fight, they're in the one spot. And if the fight doesn't happen with Usyk and Joe, then Joe will have to fight the official #1 contender.
Gosh, so that should be really fascinating, shouldn't it? Thank you for that little bit of exclusive there. So are you just telling us there in that exclusive that Usyk's got an injury at the moment then? That's what he's coping with at the moment?
His camp